This
questions
conference
you
will now be recorded.
Yes, I would have one question. Regarding
please.
business partner, it is possible to delete it if it is created by mistake.
Uh, SAP has given a note like you can able to delete. Really speaking, I never tried that too. There is an option I tried sometime, but it didn't work. Then I come to know some SAP note needs to be implemented. Uh, that is a problem. If you created that one, I mean, I don't know that as per SAP, some kind of note they said they can able to delete it in case you have not created transactions.
Okay, thank
In
you.
case you have done the transactions, I mean, there's no chances you can delete it. You can rather, you know, give something inactive or something you can do it, but not able to delete. That's it. You do not assign anything. That is the only thing. But frankly speaking, I never tried because see, normally what happened, we very rare chances, frankly speaking, this kind of things happen. Until unless you create it manually. See here, what happened. Uh, Normally, creation of partner, it's kind of workflow we are using. You understand,
Are you
right?
share Are you sharing the screen with
Ha,
us?
ha. Yeah, give me 1 minute because I'm just trying to open that. What is it called? Server. 1 minute. Yeah, let me share my screen now. Uh, I hope you can all able to see my screen. Please confirm.
Yes, we can see.
So what I was trying to say, normally, creation of business partner in Treasury, we are basically activating that workflow. So it is something like someone will be creating the business partner manually. It will go via the workflow approval. So that way, if transaction has been posted, you cannot do. If transaction has not been posted, there is a chances you can delete it. I forgot the transaction code name for that, but I'll share that one. But I tried, it didn't work. Like maybe okay, but I'll share you the associated note for the same.
Or could you please show us how to deactivate this deal when we are not, or business partner when we are not using it?
Business partner, you're not using it. How you going to deactivate, right?
Mm-hmm. So
That's
in
what I
case we
say. Like
don't delete, we don't delete it.
hmm. No, you do not get anything because what I am saying that in case business partner you are not using it. Let's say I'll go to the my business partner. Okay. I hope you can all see my screen. Correct? Can you all see my screen, SAP screen?
Yes, we
Yes.
can see we.
Yeah.
Okay. See here what will happen. Normally, if you go to that 151, TR0151, here, what we can normally do, if you do not want any to be given, you do not assign anything. Okay, you do not assign anything, that's it. It would be blank.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Okay, so you first of all go there and delete all the assignment. Once you remove that assignment, as per the business process, what happened? When you create a deal, this information will not be available into the deal. And that point of time, user understand if it is not there, they cannot go and manually do that. So this is the only thing we normally do. You select, you delete all the tab like payment details tab, mainly payment details tab, authorization tab, derivation tabs, everything you delete, that's it. You cannot get anything like you can deactivate from here, or if you see here, you cannot have an option to log the things. Maybe master data, you have this option to log the object, right? Log any GL account. But here you do not have anything. See here, no options. If you go now, this is nothing. So normally this is the process we follow it.
Okay, thank you. This is fine. I just delete everything from the screens and I'm fine.
No, why you wanted to delete? Like, is there in a system you're asking for the business perspective about these two questions, or you just
From
created some? Mhm.
no, for business perspective, because I already made the mistake and I
No
didn't know how
problem.
to delete. So I just don't
You,
assign the attributes to
ha.
the business partner and I will create a new one.
Another thing you can do it. Another thing, in case if you feel that, like, is it you created wrongly
Yes,
business
I
partner into the
forgot.
system?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. I
Then you
forgot
do
to
not do
move it.
that same thing. What you can do, you can activate the workflow for the business partner. For the TRM business partner, I mean, you can activate the workflow. You go to that this thing, SAP Banking and SAP Business Partner Financial Services, General Settings. Uh, where it is sitting for financials, tools. This is the place you can go and you can activate the workflow for the business partner. Activate release. I'll just show you the process. You can suggest your business team to. So you have to ask your business team to go and activate. These are the things. Activate release, maintain release, activate release parameter, maintain workflow setting. That's it. These are the three steps. If you maintain all these things, so what will happen? Your workflow will get activated for the business partner. So once you create it, someone will go validate, and there is no chances of mistake like that. Make sense?
Yes, yes, thank you. It's fine. Very good idea.
So these are the things. Activations, maintain. These are the places you have to discuss with the other team and ask him to activate the business partner. I mean workflow for the business partner. So any other question?
Uh, B. Sudhindra here. So earlier in the ECC, we were having one function called payment confirmation. Whenever we update the banking details at sensitive fields in the vendors, so someone will go and approve it in FK08 something transaction code. So like that in BP also, can we do such settings? You just said like workflow, similar to that.
See, right now we have, done for creation. At the time of creations, it will go and maintain that things. If you want um, any specific thing to be done, then maybe you take the help of ABAPer to do that. They may have to write some small logic and do that. Standard, I have to really see that is there any standard workflow is there for that, but only SAP, so far SAP has provided creations workflow for that.
Okay.
Maybe you can try and check because again, you have to check for standard SAP what are the default workflow has been provided. Normally, banking has been provided for many, because if you go and see for banking, SAP has provided a lot of workflow, standard workflow. If you go and see financial supply chain management, then cash and liquid management, then bank account management, you can see maintain event linkage. So lot of standard workflow has been provided by the SAP for the bank related activities. Similarly, might not have many for business partner, much business partner, but however, you have to check that. If not, they might have to write some logic. That's it. But the provision has been provided. That's what I'm saying. Provision has been provided under here for the BP,
Yeah, I think
where
we
you can
can
see.
use. I think we can use the one which you said,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
This is the
The
place.
same thing
This
will
is the
help us. Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Correct. Where it is gone to, yeah, release. This is the place you can go. You give these details to your developer, and yeah, so based on that you can identify. 1 minute. Oh, no entries. I'm not able to maintain also anything. Great. Okay. No, this is the place we go, and in case this is the place to activate the workflow. This is another place to activate release parameters. Let's go and see. See, a lot of things are there. So we normally have taken counterparty. See, if you want the BP customers or vendor, you can do it from here. Whatever role, you can go and activate. Say, let's say you wanted to activate the supplier. So normally we do it for the counterparty role, and here you can see release, not release. So these are the provision as given. How many employees? 2 employees. Released by 2 employees, 3 employees. So in our case, it is release 3, and this is what you have to click, and that's activated. Initial status. Okay, initial status. What would be the case? No release. Okay, something wrong maybe, but however, this is the case. Normally we do that, and this is the place where you do the agent assignment. So a lot of steps you can see that. Maintain areas for responsibility agent assignment. So like that. So you can use this one. Any other question?
Yeah, and one last question for now. So
Mhm.
maybe slightly forward, but it is just generic doubt. So in the business partner
Uh,
itself, so how we can enable the payment request? So this is actually I'm
ah,
creating one business partner.
payment request.
Yeah.
Payment request. What is your question? Okay, let me put
In
it
the
in
business
Excel.
partner itself, in if we select
Huh.
the role counterparty, if we can select some company code or somewhere, I have seen the payment
Here,
request checkbox.
yes, this here, this is the place.
When I tried to do that, it was deactivated. So I was not getting to know how to act. I mean,
Just select
it
it.
was grayed out. Yeah.
So have you gone through my last sessions, last week session?
Yeah, I have. Maybe somewhere I missed a small point. So I have
No,
a
no, I have
doubt here. Yeah.
maintained here. Step by step, I have maintained. This is the place you have to go. First, you have to go and activate into the flow. After that, you have to come and activate here. At the last, you have to go and activate. You have to define the payment request, all the standard configuration process. Like you have to
Okay.
create GL account, you have to assign the GL account. All this step you have to find, and finally you have to come and save it like this. I have removed this particular payment request for the timing so that you can, because what will happen here, this will lead to a little confusion because it will go every time the payment request. So your actual accounting entry will not get developed. So I have deactivated the payment request things. Okay, so that uh, you understand how the main accounting flow would be. Okay.
Okay,
Any
Abhi.
other
So
question?
in that case, if we wanted to enable this payment request, then we need to select the counterparty and then we need to select the company code and then we can enable. Okay, got it, Abhi. Thank you.
Another thing is, this is first thing. Suppose this checkbox is there, let's say this checkbox is, but I don't want payment request to be done because at this point of time, I wanted to do some understanding, like, you have to have a complete understanding how the accounting flow would be there. Let's say if you go to the TM01, okay. So what will happen by default? Okay, so here I'm just trying to do in the payment details, double click on the line and select payment request without. Okay. In both the cases, if you select when you create a deal, payment request without, and then save it, despite of the fact you have created payment request checkbox in the master data, but when you create a deal, if you say you don't need payment request, that's it. So it will not create
Oh,
the payment request. Make
yeah.
sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Any other question?
Nothing from my end, Abhi.
Okay. So actually, I thought of telling you one more thing. Uh, Maybe previously you might be asking like, how do I activate the, uh, what is that called? How do you activate the parallel ledger, right? In this case, I just thought of showing you, I have created another company to show you how the parallel ledgers it will be activated. Fine. Let's say if I go to the TM01, TM03, and instead of TRP1, I created another company called TR00. And let me go there and see what are the deals are there. Product type TD1. So this is the company code where I activated the um, parallel ledgers. I'll go to the cash flow, posted. Let me try to do the posting for, let's say, on 11. Okay, I'll go to the transaction call because this flow already been posted. So I will go to that. TBB1, and this is my transaction number. When I go and execute, first of all, I like to tell you what are the changes I have done. So when you select it, even though I have activated two ledgers, the ledger, I'll tell you how you go and see. So if you go to any document, let's say I try posted some accounting document, FB01. So probably from there you understand. Document type essay. Okay. So now if I go and see equal simulate and post, everything is fine. So this is the way you can see what are the ledgers. So I just try to post. Now if you go and see that and ledgers. So now if you go, this is a main ledger. Three ledger has been activated um, for G5 and L1 in the accounting. You can see there are two ledgers, two more non-leading ledgers. One is leading ledger and the G5 and L1 is in two non-leading ledgers, right? But what happened is if your business is saying that we don't need um, three ledger, we only need two ledgers. You try to understand my point, what I'm trying to say. They will say like we don't need um, G5 for treasury, we only need L1 for treasury. Mean leading ledger anyway would be there, non-leading ledger would be one. We don't want in TRM this G5 to be posted. Correct. Now, based on that, we can only activate it for that. Now, you might be seeing that on this particular day, when I'm executing post operation only, it will show only one ledger posting. Now I'll say post all valuation area. If I select it, you can see there's two posting happen. Four posting, two for mean debit credit for one books, and this is for IFRS valuation, this is for local cap. So this is why you can see the first posting. If I go and execute, this would be get posted only. This is for main ledger 0L and this is for IFRS. So this is my in TRM, this is my valuation area 1. Valuation area 1 is a default valuation for the your 0L leading ledgers, and this is for another valuation area. So I'll go and execute now. I'll remove the test run and I'll execute it. Okay. Now there are two document has posted. If I go here, there are two different document are posted. One is for your valuation area 1 and this is for the valuation area 2. Because in TRM, like unlike finance, like what is the difference in FI posting? You may be seeing that under one document number, you can see multiple ledger posting, right? Like if you go and see that accounting documentations, it's not showing. 1 minute. You can see this is the document, same document number. You go to the general ledger posting. This is the main document. Even for other ledger, let's say I'm selecting. There is no other document, right? It will all post it to the same document under different ledger. But in TRM, it will not happen like. In TRM, for every ledger posting, non-leading ledger posting, it will post it to the different document type. So the first document it has posted to TRM document, and for this one, it has posted to the other document type. Okay, now this is the two posting. Now, if you go to the your deals after posting TM03, go to the cash flow, and you can see only the one posting. Which one posting? Which is posted to your main valuation area. You cannot see the other documents here. So this is a kind of limitation here. So in order to see the document which is posted to all this leading ledger plus non-leading ledger, you have to go to the TPM 20. This is another report. Now, if you go and give this transaction number, okay, you go to the transaction number and execute. And you can also give a date, like which date we have executed this one, in case if you wanted to see, because I specifically wanted to see that posting date wise. So I'll go here. Let's say I wanted to see on this posting date. Okay, now you see your first, these are the posting journals, TPM 20. So you can see both the document posted. This is posted to your leading ledgers. So you can go and see the document environment. You cannot see the normally if parallel posting happen, you can go and see, but here you cannot because it has posted in two different document. So this is one, and if you go and see, that is posted to the this document. This is for L1 ledgers. So this is how the two posting, I mean, this is how the posting will happen in Treasury. It will not like, unlike FI, it will not go and post in the same document, two ledgers it will show. It will be rather showing in two different document. Any questions here? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you understand like what are the differences, like, you know, in FICO, if you post multiple ledgers, single document capture all the ledgers. But in Treasury, it will go and post like this way. It will be, you have to post it. You have to assign this document type, document number range for the different ledgers. For the 0L, it will take from this configuration. Similar way, non-leading ledgers also, it will go and take this different document number range. Now, if you go and see that this particular document, here, but number range, sorry, I would like to say the document type would be same, but the document number range, it cannot take the same number range like we have assigned to the our leading ledgers. So now I'll come to the configuration part of it. What are the steps to be configured? Let's say it may possible like for the company code, let's say ABC company code, like in my case, TR00, how the organization structure is, it has got a, I would say, leading ledger, leading ledger. Leading ledger always be one, that is called zero well, and non-leading ledgers. Non-leading ledger, let's say, in FI, I'm talking about this structure is for FI. Okay. So let's say they have a zero, because leading ledger always be zero well. Non-leading ledger, it would be, let's say, G1, G2, G3, L1, R1, like that. You have got a, let's say, 5 non-leading ledgers. But in TRM, they say we don't need that much of thing. Our TRM configuration would be like we want. This is leading ledger 0 L, fine. But for non-ledgers, we only want we want single non-leading ledgers. Okay. How are you going to define? One scenario is if they saying whatever leading ledgers are there, you have to non-leadings are there, 5 in FI. You have to map all the 5. Then you have to create 5 valuation area. Okay. If they're saying no, we only need only non-leading ledgers for L1. We don't need others. That also you can map it. Okay. We'll come to the configuration now. So what are the configuration steps here you have to perform? Okay. Now, first of all, if you're talking about the treasury perspective, the configuration step, the steps are go to the financial supply chain management. Oh, sorry. Financial supply chain management, treasury and risk management, transaction manager, general settings, accounting, organization structure, and define valuation area. So what happened by, see, you can see your valuation area by default SAP standard. This is when for these are the various standard created by the students. But ideally, you see, these are the standard valuation area. Ideally 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 0, 2, and you can see there would be 0, 3. Someone might have deleted. Okay, 3 valuation area. In your first case, if you have, if business is looking for 5 valuation area, you have to create 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, 5 valuation area. Let's say in our case, in our case, they only TRM team only needs non-leading ledger should be 1. So in that case, what I'll do, I have to make it 2 valuation area because 0L is in 1 valuation area, non-leading ledgers also another valuation area. Okay, so you have to take 2, 1 for leading ledger and 1 for non-leading ledgers. Then there is no change for accounting codes. Accounting code would be same. Let's say TR00. Okay. And this is the company code linked to your accounting code. No action is required. Assign accounting code to the valuation area. Now you see here, I have to choose. If I go to the TR00, I have taken 2 valuation area. This is 1 and 2 since my requirement is 1 leading ledgers and 1 non-leading ledgers. one versus on non-leading. So you have to maintain these two valuation area. That's it. And one more thing I forgot to tell you. If you go to the this is done. This is the first configuration you have to do. Then link to other accounting component. No, I have to go to the general valuation class. Yes. Define general and valuation class. This is the second configurations. So what you have to do here also you have to link your general valuation class would be one. Like in this is 5101 for short-term investment, let's say, and 5102 for long-term. So let's talk about the one short-term valuation. You go to the valuation class, and if you go here 5101, sorry, valuation area 001 5101. Now you see here I have to maintain two valuation area, one for 001 and another one you can see 002, right? And similarly assign general valuation class I have to make for my TR01. You can see here 001 002. This is the two valuation area I have to maintain for that. Clear, or you have any doubt?
Clear, Ravi.
Okay, this is the two things you have to do. And finally, after doing all these things, then your accounting configuration link to other accounting here. That's it, to config. And then yes, define account determination for treasury and risk management. So TR0, I go here. Oh, sorry, TRP0, I guess. So in the account determination, you have to change a little. So what you have to do in the assigned accounting determination, you can see I have to remove my valuation area. Okay, so because now the question is why I have to remove, because previously what happened, you might be giving 01 valuation area. If you give it 01, it will only post to 01. So if you want, it has to be posted to the multiple valuation area, and you do not want it to give it valuation area here specified here. If you specify, it will post to that valuation area. So you do not specify valuation area, okay, and post it. That's the only thing you have to do it. You remove the valuation area so that it will post to the multiple valuation area. Okay, so this has to be removed, because if you specify it will only post to 01 valuation. If you do not specify, it will post to all the valuation area. Understood? Make sense? Any question?
Noted, Ravi.
Everybody, Lucia, all understood?
Yes, it is clear for me.
Okay, okay. Now, these are the ways to do the configuration, but there are certain activities needs to be performed. See, that's what. If you go to that accounting in the uh, organization, you can see the initialize parallel valuation. Now, if you go and select it, you may see now, okay, maybe in case if your loan product, if you're selecting a loan product, all these things TR0, TR00, okay, maybe if you have configured, then like this will come, like here it is not coming. We might not have done the exposure and all other stuff. So like that, this will get activated whenever you do parallel valuation. Which area, what is the product group? It will activate for securities. You cannot see because we have not configured the securities, or loan products, OTC transactions. So like that, it will come and appear. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to go and activate the parallel ledgers. Let me see that here, TR00, TR00. You can see where it is, let's say, okay, this is TR00. Everywhere you can see that. I think securities also you can see loans TR00. No, it's not there. See, it will, okay, I just show you. It will appear in the valuation group, and you can see it is only required when you activate the parallel valuation. That is, other than the 001 valuation, if you try to activate 002, 03, then you have to come here and initialization of the parallel valuation. Double click on that. Now you can see so many activities, like 1 to 8 activities has been activated. So you have to go, and one important thing is you have to give the key date. The key date is most important. The key date is um, from when you want the parallel ledger to be activated. So if it is a new implementations, or they said, okay, whatever the data we migrated to the S4 HANA, we wanted to see on that date. So in that case, you can give the cutover date. Okay, but let's say they have a ECC system and they have an S4 HANA system. So they activated in ECC system also parallel ledgers, and they want same functionality to be happen in S4 HANA. So in that case, you have to check on which date. If they push the data, let's say those transaction data from the system, they wanted to push it back via the what is a tool like SAP BODS, Informatica. Via this, all the transaction data they wanted to push to SAP system. In that case, you have to consult with your client, like from which date they wanted to see those data. So you have to keep that day. If that, let's say, company form 1990, since then they have activated the ledgers, so you have to give that date. Let's say why you have to do that thing, because let's say they wanted to push their data into the SAP system, S4 HANA system. So if you do not activate parallel ledger since 1990, then if they wanted to view the old data after pushing the data from SAP BODS or SAP Informatica, once they push the transaction data to the S4 HANA, you may not able to see the parallel valuation. So this kind of inconsistency will happen. So you have to select the key date, carefully. If they find they wanted to see from the key date, like let's say from this year we have done the implementation. So this year, whatever the cutover date we have pushed the data they wanted to view, then it's fine. If they wanted to view old data, then you have to give this key date accordingly. And you have to perform all this activities. This is, you have to go and execute. Now execute button would be grayed out because nothing we have done configuration especially for exposure. So like that, for all these areas, whatever you configure in the product group, it will appear here. Okay. So any other questions? Guys, any other question?
Nothing from my side.
Okay, right, fine. So this is for the parallel ledgers. Now, I want to take some session for accruals and deferrals. So before I go, anybody has any question, please feel free to ask. Ledger things, how to activate the ledger. If no, then I'll go to the new topic. For the last topic for the money market, yeah, this one is called accruals and deferrals. Any questions from the previous topic? So I guess no, right? Fine, not a problem. Let's say the accrual scenarios. Let me explain to the business processes. See, what happened is you opted, you have done some investment in with bank, and what bank is saying, uh, okay, and provided like monthly interest calculation. So they say every month, uh, let's say third of every month, third of every month, we calculate interest calculated. Okay, let's say third of every month or any date. Let's say it will post it to any date. I'm just giving an example. Third of every month, interest calculated. Let's scenario would be uh, you calculate the bank will calculate the interest. Let's say 4,000 every month. Let's say it is for December, then January, Feb. So like that, bank will calculate interest at their own term. Let's say on 7th or 10th. Okay, December 3rd. I'll just write it here somewhere. Third of every month. In system, it will be happening crediting to your account every month on third of every month, let's say. But what happen is this month, December, you may not get. You get this December month interest on the January month interest on February month interest on March, right? Because if you, let's say you have done the investment today, let's say first day of the month, bank will calculate the interest on this date. December month amount you will be getting it. Let's say in case you're crediting, you'll be getting 3rd of January. January should be getting it 3rd of February. February month you'll be receiving in March, right? But what happened is, even though we know this interest, whatever you are receiving actually, this is for actual from January 3rd. This belong to December, right? So it would be something like it would be December, January, February. Ideally, this belong to, let's say, actually in calculation perspective, this belong to January, this belong to February, this belongs to March. Correct. So in actually it is coming like way, but calculation perspective, you have to do it. You have to show that this basically coming for the December month. And for that reason, we do the accrual posting. What is accrual posting? We have to show it at the 31st of every month in my system that I may not receive the interest, but this interest is due for the month end, 31st of December. Okay, so every whatever investment every month you do the accrual calculation to show into the books like we interest due but not received for this particular month, and then you have to reverse that particular postings. Okay, so accrual posting will happen like you do 31st of every month, you do the accrual posting. So in the accrual posting, even if you have not received the money in actual, you have to do on actual basis, you have to do the calculation on accrual basis. Like in the accrual, what will happen? Interest received, interest due but not received. So account would be debit, interest on fixed deposit account credit. Okay, this is the posting, and on first of next month, this posting will be reverse. What would be reverse? It would be whatever is a credit, it would be debit, and whatever the debit, it would be credit. Oh, sorry. I'll copy this one again here. So it would be credit, it would be debit. This is the process. Any questions on this business process?
No, not got it.
Now what happened is, now come to the configuration step. This is you understood. Now the configuration steps are very, very simple. Okay, this is the only one step configurations. Okay, so first what you have to do, you have to, I'll go to the FS00 and you have to create GL account. Oh, maybe I'll go TRP1. I have not created anything. Huh. Interest accrued but not received. This is the GL account you have to create first. This is something like your balance sheet account. Okay, so this is I created interest accrued but not received, because since it's not received, it would be like, you created. Or you can check with the business in which account they wanted to create, how they wanted to book, but I have booked like this way. It is in a balance sheet account, and you have to create this GL account first. After you create the GL account, this is the step number 1. You go to the configuration part, and it's a single configuration. You go to the accrual and deferral posting, go there. You can see assign update type for accrual and deferral. Click on new entries. How you wanted to design, whether you wanted to design product group wise, accounting code wise. If you wanted to define it product group wise, you have to define that many product, or you have an option to product category wise, because either you choose product category or you choose product type. So it's up to you how you want. So let me do it product type wise. Let's say I wanted to do it for product TD1, save it. So product group accounting code wise, you are not defining. So inside the company, whatever company let's say you have a 10 company and 10 company use this product. So it would be applicable for all company code who is using product type. If you choose to do the accounting code, then see you have to, if you have a 10 company code, you have to define for each company code. So better either you do the configuration for accrual different, either at the product type level or product category level. I have chosen here product type. Okay. Now, once you do that, any questions? Someone is trying to say something.
So how the posting date and all will capture, Ravi? Like, for the
How
reverse
the posting?
posting date and reversal date. So
I'll come to that point.
yeah, okay, okay.
You'll see that. Okay.
Hmm.
Now go to that deal. Now the question, you have to see that your deal. First of all, let me close the unnecessary screen. Okay, I'll go here. TM01. Let's say I'll create a new deal. Okay, let's say it is for 10 million plus plus 3%, and let's say interest would be, this is fine, interest would be calculating monthly, and even it has to be capitalized. So there would be two scenarios. One, you wanted to capitalize, like 90% case you see most of the companies, they will go with the capitalization part of it. There would be some 10% companies, they said no, do not want capitalize. Whatever interest you calculated, you have to pay me. So both the options. Let's say capitalize without capitalize. So if you do not capitalize it, so here I have to do some changes. I don't want it to activate the payment request. It should be without. As I said, if you in practically you have to do that, but why I'm deactivating it, I've already shown the scenario. So your accounting entries concept will not get developed if you activate it, because one leg you can see but other leg you cannot see. That you will always see it would be payment request. So I'm deactivating it. I'm not deactivating at the BP level, rather I'm deactivating at the deal level. Now you see the flow. So where exactly the accrual to be happen? Let's say the accrual is happening on this flow type, right? Interest accrual will be happening on this flow type 1200 if you do not select capitalization. So your flow type for the interest would be 1200. If you select capitalization, now you go to the cash flow, your flow type would be what? 1150. So you have to discuss with your client, um, and you have to do it. Let's say um, both the cases, they said no, we have a situation where some cases we take it, some cases. So in that case, you have to make it for both the flows. Let's say you make it for minus. Sorry, it would be minus, right? One minute. See here, the direction would be minus, right? The flow type, because ultimately this would be, even if it is not, because it is minus, the flow direction is minus, so you have to use the minus. Then there is a two things. One is called reset procedure. And what do you mean by reset? Now this is the most interesting interview questions. They will ask you what are the two methods of reversal and explain. So basically, that's the reason I thought of just discussing it in details. What is reset procedure and what is difference procedure? So in the reset procedure, what happened? You post something and it will get reversed or next of every month. This is called reset procedure. I'll put it some other color. This is reset procedure. Now, what is difference procedure? Difference procedure is only your posting would be only single posting. There will be no reset. Now, so under which situation you have to use reset procedure? Under which places you have to do the difference procedure? It has a thing like scenarios for that. Normally, for accrual deferral, you always use the reset procedure. However, there would be situation, the situation would be, let's say, especially for the loans. So loans, what happen whenever you take some loan, there will be some kind of additional charges, like, you have to pay to the bank some kind of fees like stamp duties fees, or some kind of document fees, processing fees. The most important is processing fees. Now the processing fees, let's say it would be, uh, let's say 12,000 processing fees, and it would be, it has to be um, distributed, like you want, like, let's say they have taken a loan for 3 months, and it would be distributed to this 3 month, right? Like 4,000, let's say you have taken for January, February, March, short-term loan kind of you have taken. Just I'm giving an example. So in that case, do you think you need a accrual process, reset process? Answer is no, because in this case, you wanted to do the amortization of this cost. So this is the terminology being used. Amortization, when you're using amortization of the cost, you basically, this is for amortization of cost. You use difference procedure. When you're doing the accrual, you use reset procedure. Understood the business process? What kind of cases we make it difference procedure, and any
Like
questions?
for,
Any doubt?
yeah, for different
Uh-huh.
procedure, for the different procedure, at the particular month, the amount will get deducted. Now, is the other terminology we call
Yes.
it as
So you
amortization.
might have paid this amount at initial time,
Yes.
but you want it has to be amortized every month
Mm.
till the tenure of the loan. Let's say you have taken the loan
Mhm.
for up to 3 months. So
Mhm.
January 4,000, February 4,000. So in this case, you don't need, because you wanted to amortize the cost. This is for the January
Mhm.
month. This is for February month. This is for March month. In this case, when there's a question come amortization of cost, you use difference procedure. When it matter comes accruals, you use reset procedure.
Okay, got it.
So here, what we're going to use, we're going to use reset procedure, and it would be linear. Okay, always it would be linear. And don't ask me what are the other way. You go and check how the pro rata it will work, but normally this is the linear methods. If you wanted to see how it is, you can go and test it, different procedures. But normally in any, normally we use linear approaches. Okay, it would be how the linear calculation will be happening. If you go and see, it is given in details. Okay, total amount into days divided by total number of days. So this is the approaches you can we normally take. But however, in case something, you can go and check it out. Now, when you talk about the configuration wise, this is the standard configurations SAP suggested. Now, how do you question is, okay, so here what happened, up to only if you see here, update type for reset procedure. This is the only two places you have to assign it. So this is the AD 1000 and AD 1001. So AD 1000, you have to assign it, and here AD 1001. Now the question, how do you know this one? I'll come to that point. But for the timing, you have to understand for the accrual, AD 1000 is the flow type, AD 1001 is the flow type for reset. I'll close this. This is the only configuration you have to perform. Now, as I mentioned, how do you come to know like this is the thing? So you have to, SAP always given a model company to understand how it works. So if you go to that model company, 1710, it's a model company. Go to the update type. So you can create, you can see this is 1001. Huh? Something wrong. Okay, this is not the case. Oh, this is for, okay, this is minus, right? Yes, you can see it here, 1000, 1001. This is difference we are not using. Difference is a different concept altogether. For accrual, this is the two update types. Sorry, no, I said flow. It's not a flow. It's an update type being used, 1000 and 1001. Now, as I said, like in my case, there would be two situations. One situation would be they will not take the interest. Okay, 1 minute, huh? Just 1 minute. So what happened is there will be two scenarios. One is what I have done is for 1150 minus, right? I have done for, where is my configurations? TD1 update type. Okay, this is I have done for 1150 minus, but I have another situation. What is that situation? In case they say no, we want interest to be done, interest to be received every month, whatever the interest you calculate. So now I remove the capitalization tick. Now you can see this is your inflow MM111200. It's your inflow of cash because you're practically receiving it from the bank. So here you have to give MM1200 and it would be plus. See here, this is the flow type. This is the direction would be positive direction because it would be inflow of cash. So once you receive the interest from the bank, it would be of your inflow of cash. So here I'll be selecting same thing, reset procedure, linear, and another thing is normally I use the same thing, but however, if you wanted to see, let's say SAP has provided a different one. Let me go there and I'll show you if they're using different one. Let's say MM1200. So we have to see that for MM1200 plus, what is the thing? See, this is the same thing, correct? No, same thing. AD 1000, AD 1001. So just for your understanding, I'll go here and select my area and I'll go and new entries. That's it. Your configuration is done. So that is the only, so what you have done the configuration for both the scenarios. So this is what you have to go and check with your client. Okay, tell me which are the situation you need. You give me all the scenarios. So they might be giving you the number. So, and you ask that like which are the deals you feel, it has to be done. So they will, based on that, you can come and configure wherever they feel they want accrual to be calculated. So you have to define that particular flow type and accordingly you create that. That's it. This is the only configuration you do it. And once it is done, so you have created. Now what is the update type? So you see your update type is AD1000 and AD1001. So your next step would be, this is the step number 1. You have already created the GL. Okay, document splitting if activated, fine. Now account determinations has to be done. That means based on the AD1080, so what I have to do, I have to go to the, my configuration is single configurations. And if I go to the link to other accounting component, so here, now you have to understand what is the accounting entry for AD. Okay, you have to do for both, because we know, understand the accounting entry would be interest due but not received to interest on fixed deposit account, right? This is my accounting entry, and this is for AD1000, and this reversal will happen AD1001, right? This is for, okay. So for that, I have to go, I do not to need not to do anything. I have to simply go to the account determination, TRP0, and you have to go to the assignment of the update type to the posting specification. So again, our process is same. So this is our flow type, sorry, the flow type, uh, update type, posting specification, right? These are the thing. So I already shared, like, I want MM1200 plus my update type is, let's say, AD1000, right? Now I have to go and find the posting specification. So I have to select the update type AD1000, right? AD1000 is for accrual of revenue. And what is the posting specification? This is my posting specification. So I select it here and go to the posting specification. Okay, now this is your posting specification. Double click on that. It's appearing. You have to change to document type TR. Now you see what is the entries it has happened. Maybe if it is showing something else, but you have to change it to the first is what you want. You want 530. That means this particular postings. For this particular posting, the account symbol, what is the account symbol here? If you go 530, what is 530 stand for? And what is the GL account? GL account. For 530, the GL account would be interest due but not received. Okay, right? And for 4.1.1, that is for This is for interest on bank interest on fixed deposit, right? Correct. This is the GL account. So if I do this, this is my symbol. So based on that, so I have to maintain for 5.3.0. So I'll go to the assignment of account symbol, and I think 4.1.1 already been done. 4.1. We need not to do anything. So, and what we have to do, we have to, let's say I copied this one, and I have to do 5.3.0, 5.3.0 interest, and here I have to maintain the GL account. With GL account, that is interest accrue but not received. That's it. This is for one flow, and similarly I go to the AD 1000. This is for AD 1001, right? This is the AD 1000 and AD 1001, right? So here I have to go and find what is the posting specification. 17200. I go to that posting specification. Okay, and this is the posting specification. I change the document type as a TR first, and same thing, because whatever debit it credit, it will be debit, right? So here if you see that same post in the other way it has taken. So account symbol, so it would be debit here and it would be credit here. Oh, sorry. So initially it would be interest and it would be just opposite directions, right? So it would be interest on fixed deposit. That's it. Any questions? So that's it. This is all same done. Whatever you have to make sure that it would be just opposite of that, because when reversal happen, it will opposite of this one. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, fine. Then it is done. So now what happened is our configuration is done. I will not discuss about the difference procedure right now. When we go to the loan section, at that point of time, we'll discuss about the difference procedure, because difference procedure would be applicable for the loans and others, loans product especially, where you have got a various charges, and that point of time we'll discuss. Because for investment, you don't need difference, you need reset procedure. Okay. Now let's go here. So let's say this is my deal. I go and check everything is fine, and I'll save this. Okay, so my deal has been created. Okay. So now I go to the ftr_edit. Okay, and I do the settlement. This is done. Now what I'll do, I'll go to the display mode and I see the cash flow. So my first cash flow would be, okay, I'll be executing the TBB one, the first transactions. Sorry, this is for today. I have to copy this, my deal number, right? And execute. No GL account assigned to the account symbol 3. What happens? Someone has changed setting because ideally it should not be posted to 3. So it means that someone has gone and changed TRP 0, or I might have deleted something. Why it is going to the 3, I'll go and check. Okay. So what is the flow type? Why it is showing? Because I have to go and tell you. So my flow type is 1100, right? So if I have to go and see my 1100 flow, I have to simply mm 1100 minus. So my posting specification is this one. I go to the posting specification. Yes, someone has changed the setting. See here, it should not be standard. It should be 3.1. That's the reason it is coming. Got it? So what I'll do, I will re-execute. Interval 7 TRP 1 year. Oh, okay. Okay. First of all, TR document type. This is the problem. Interval 7. Okay. So I'll go to the OBA7. TR. I think the number range, it should be 05. Okay, something has been changed. No problem. I'll re-execute. Yeah, now it is posted. Okay, now it is all green. So I'll remove this one, test run. I normally should be done for all valuation area. I know because it's only we have maintained for this TRP1 one valuation. So it will be okay. Now this is done. So now after this one, our next, we have to do the accrual calculation. On which date? Let's say we'll be doing it on, let's say, month end. This interest would be, let's say you have done this investment. So whatever the interest would be for, let's say, for 8 days, 22 to 31st of December, I have to do the accrual calculation, even though I'm not receiving the interest on the same date. Okay. So for the 8 days, I have to do the calculation. TPM 44, and what is the deal number? Transaction number would be this one, and it would be always executed on the month end. FI posting date, when you want this posting to be happen on 31st, and reset date would be 01/01/2023, right? And that's it. That's it. Reset it would be on this date. I'll execute. So this is the way it will show that, like for 8 days, this is the interest. Now, if you wanted to see the accounting entries and all, right? So what will happen? It will show the 4 entries. First 2 entries for um, accrual posting, and second 2 is for reset, right? This is for, so first 2 entries, so it's all fine for me. I remove the test box check. You can see the document number here. You go to the reference key, interest received but not, interest accrued but not received. Okay, this is the one document. And if you go to this other one, it would be just opposite of that. This is a reversal. Okay, this is the reversal TPM 44. This is for reset. So when the reset happen? 1st of next month. So that's it from the money market perspective. Any questions? Any doubt?
Abhi, for this reversal document, ideally it will get posted at the same time, or ideally it should get
No,
posted on the next month, right?
next month, 1st of next month. This is the standard rule
Yeah,
for accrual and accrual postings.
yeah, that I got it. But I mean, we could see now document number is already generated for reversal.
Huh?
So it is so in
Huh?
the document reversal document gets posted on that particular reversing date only, right?
Huh? That's what particular reversal date is. What we have to maintain it, like this is the accrual posting happening,
Mhm,
and you have to maintain when you want. You see, this is the document date
mhm,
for accrual posting. And if you go and see the reversal posting, this is on 1st of the month.
mhm.
Okay, so that's it from my end for today. I'll wind up and we'll see you tomorrow with a new topic we have done with the money market. So before I wind up, any other questions, any further things?
So deferral is kind of same kind of accrual only, right, Abhi?
Deferral is
Accrual.
different. Accrual is different.
Mhm,
In the accruals, you have to receive you, and deferrals,
mhm,
you're paid in advance something
mhm.
that you're going to defer. I've not seen anybody is using deferral. It has always been used for investment accrual procedure.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you everyone. If you don't have any other question. we can wind up the session.
Yeah,
Or let me
thanks.
know if you have any. No question, Lucia or Pavan.
No, Abhi. Thank you.
How about Lucia?
For me, it is clear. I understood everything.
Okay. And Sudhindra, I think Pavan spoke or Sudhindra? Anusha, any questions?
Fine, Abhi. No questions.
Okay. How about Anusha? You want to say something? I can see you open your mic like Anusha, can you hear us? I mean, hear me basically. No, right? Fine. Then we can wind up this thing.
Thank you. Have a good
You're
evening.
welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a morning for me. But
Or
however,
morning.
okay, see you everyone for tomorrow.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.